You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan. And we begin with that manhunt for an escaped hospital patient in Virginia. Police say Ricky Price is wanted by Fairfax County Police for stealing an ambulance last night from Innova Fairfax Hospital. He is believed to be last spotted in Prince William County last night, but he is still on the run right now. And new video shows a person believed to be Price, you can see here, in a hospital gown, walking just feet away from where the ambulance was ditched last night. Our Daniel Hamburg joins us live at the bank in Annandale, where police say Lowe ditched the ambulance. And Daniel, that's where he was believed to be last seen on camera.
Yeah, Chris, right off of Annandale Road. This is the Burke and Herbert Bank behind me right here. The ambulance was actually found in the spot right over this way. And then in surveillance video from a local business, he was seen walking this way and making a left on Maple Place right there. Still in his hospital gown, Ricky Price can be seen walking west on Maple Place toward Annandale Road after he hopped out of the private medical transport ambulance police say he stole.
You see a lot of people passing him by, and I'm surprised nobody wonder what, he's not in clothing.
Paula Laboon and her husband only realized this morning this happened right by their business.
I hope they find him because it's cold last night and you see what he's on.
Police say this all started around 12:30 Monday afternoon near the Fair Oaks Mall, where a license plate reader got a hit for a stolen car. The driver at one point saw officers following.
It looks like he tried to make it over to 66 westbound. That's when he missed. He went right in between the two roadways, into the embankment, hit a hill, and quite literally took flight.
All 5 people inside the car were taken to the hospital, including Lowe. Only the driver was charged with grand larceny, though police also found drugs and guns in the car. Lowe left the hospital with an IV still in his arm and stole an ambulance. Prince William County Police heading to his Manassas home without luck.
The subject was involved in a pursuit earlier today with Fairfax County that involved guns and drugs. He was extremely violent.
Lowe has an extensive criminal history, including gun charges, and is still on the run.
Whatever crime he's committed in the past, that's certainly probably relevant in terms of court and how that plays out, but our focus right now is to find him for the crime they committed yesterday.
Now, as for the driver in this case, he is still being treated at the hospital. Once he is released, police say once he's discharged from the hospital, police say he will be taken to the adult detention center. Lowe is still, of course, on the run. If you have any information on his whereabouts, you're asked to call police. We're live in Annandale. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Big update there, Daniel. Thank you. Meanwhile, in breaking news right now out of D.C., a district dogs employee accused of hitting a dog hard enough that it died. In a statement, an official with the dog daycare company saying it happened at the Navy Yard location on Friday. The dog was taken to a vet but could not be revived. District Dog says they are fully cooperating with investigators and that employee has been fired. You remember back in August, 10 dogs drowned when the business's daycare in Northeast flooded. That location has since closed. All new tonight, a Montgomery County Youth Rugby Club is asking for the community's help after they say hackers stole thousands of dollars out of their bank account. Our Kevon Dupree spoke with members of the club as they try to recover some of that money.
Coaches with the Maryland Exiles Youth Rugby Club say they were devastated when they realized $17,000 had been stolen from their bank account. But they're not letting this stop them. They're already working to get that money back. Rugby, a game of camaraderie and toughness. But no amount of training prepared the Maryland Exiles Youth Rugby Club for the challenge they faced last September.
Our Cash App account for one of our coaches, only 2 people had bank account access, was hacked and cloned. And, over 59 transactions pretty quickly, our $17,000 was slowly and surely stolen.
Exiles coach Tom Smith says they weren't alerted that money was being taken until they received an overdraft notice.
We immediately contacted the bank, filed a police report, sat down with the bank as well as contacted Cash App, and kind of been at a standstill the past couple months.
The money that was stolen used for equipment, scholarships, and many other things.
Most years we get New Jerseys. We also have a summer break vacation kind of thing where we all get together and we go down to Georgia.
Players recall when they first heard the news.
We try to keep a positive attitude and keep going on with it, but it was a little Upsetting.
And the club says they've received a ton of support from former players and the community as they work to get the money back.
So we've been already contacted by some small businesses and, hey, we'd love to do an annual sponsorship, and we'll give them a plaque and they come out to our games, and again, just super heartwarming.
The Exiles have set up a PayPal fundraiser which can be found on the team's website. Reporting in Sandy Spring, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.
All right, let's get a first check on the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. A little chilly out there right now, Janessa, but tomorrow, don't leave home without your sunglasses.
It's going to hit, we're going to hit rinse and repeat on this entire situation. Definitely pretty chilly out there, walking around the DC metro area or in the suburbs. Very chilly weather conditions, but the breeze is very minimal, and so that's helping our wind chill factor. Still 41 for DC. Feels like we are in the middle 30s with a 5-mile-per-hour wind flow. 34 out towards areas of northern Virginia. Upper 30s right now for Kaiser into Cumberland and then Anne Arundel County. Not so bad back into the lower 40s. You just don't have that insulation yet again with all the clearing. So that's going to be the trade-off with high pressure and complete control just to the north of us, and then another stream of high pressure out in the Gulf of Mexico. Here's our next week disturbance. That one's really not going to impact us. It's the one just coming on shore across the Pacific Northwest, and that will provide the rain that we're going to see on Thursday. So hour by hour, starting off your day tomorrow, don't leave home without the heavier coat. We're going to be below freezing in a lot of locations, but wall-to-wall sunshine still in full effect. We have that burst of rain. Let's time things out for your Thursday going into your Friday so you're fully prepared. I have that full forecast coming up. Chris?
All right, Janessa, we'll see you then. Developing now at 9, powerful Virginia labor groups. They are coming out against a plan to move the Caps and Wizards to Alexandria. Opposition creates yet another hurdle for Governor Glenn Youngkin. His proposal is already facing uncertainty in the General Assembly. The unions speaking out represent hospitality workers and construction workers. They say they have concerns about job protections if the arena plan goes through. Youngkin, though, defending himself, saying his office and his project partners have worked in good faith over the last few months to give union workers a substantial role in this project. Adding Virginia is a right-to-work state, and unreasonable demands from union leaders will not derail the plan. Now, the arena's real estate developer, JBG Smith, and the team's parent company, Monumental, said in a joint statement that they were disappointed and somewhat perplexed at the union's announcement, but remain open to continue discussion with labor. Well, it has now been 4 days since the deadly home explosion in Sterling that killed a firefighter and left a dozen people in the hospital. And today, that community paused to pay their respects. We were in Sterling, Virginia today during that procession for fallen firefighter Trevor Brown. First responders from across Northern Virginia honoring Sterling volunteer firefighter Trevor Brown in a procession, escorting his remains from the chief medical examiner's office back to Loudoun County. Of the 11 firefighters rushed to the hospital for treatment Friday night, only 2 remain in the hospital. They're in the burn unit at Washington Hospital Center and are expected to be okay, though they both will have a long road to recovery. Also injured in the blast, 2 women living in the home. DC News Now spoke to Lauren Apowski, a friend of one of those women who is helping Pia Apollonio, who lost everything. Lauren says Pia is still wrapping her head around what happened and is filled with grief over the death of firefighter Brown.
She is talking a little bit more, but she still is trying to process the loss of the firefighter and the loss of the animals and the loss of the home and all of her belongings. And she's really trying to keep her mental health in a safe place and just process everything that's occurred since Friday.
Pia is staying with friends for now as she figures out what's next. One of many lives forever changed by this explosion. And we've also learned the firefighter Brown's funeral will be March 4th in Leesburg. Meanwhile, developing now at 9, another D.C. council member under fire tonight. Today, a group officially filing paperwork to recall Ward 1 leader Breonna Nadeau. It comes less than 2 months after a campaign to recall Ward 6 council member Charles Allen got underway. Our Marielle Carbone following the story for us tonight. And Marielle, crime really at the center of this, and organizers of the 2 efforts, they tell you they're just fed up.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Now, these campaigns, they are typically really a last-ditch effort to make a change. And the organizers tell me that right now they feel like they are in a life or death situation in the district. Violent crime up 39% last year compared to the year before. So they tell me something needs to change.
I've had enough. I'm tired of living in fear.
Crimes like this, a small business robbed in Adams Morgan, a driver carjacked and attacked in Capitol Hill, are why some D.C. neighbors are pushing to fire their elected officials.
Quality of life has gone from 100 to 0 within the last 4 years.
April Brown, along with Jennifer Squire, are leading the effort to recall Ward 6 council member Charles Allen.
You know what? People are dying. How many more people have to die? How many more people have to get carjacked? We need accountability now.
Have either been carjacked? The committee to recall Charles Allen has raised at least $56,000 since January 1st. And last week, the Board of Elections issued this recall petition.
This is not a political campaign. This is not about a candidate. This is about sending a message to our current politician.
Now a second campaign. The committee to recall Brianne Nadeau officially filed with the Office of Campaign Finance Tuesday. Crime, the catalyst there too.
Singling out one person, now of course Brianne Nadeau as well, does not bring crime down.
Tommy Wells is the former Ward 6 council member. He's leading an effort to keep Allen in office.
I know we get angry. We want to draw blood. We want retribution, but it's better to be smart and try to prevent crime. And that is part of what Charles's leadership has been.
To trigger a special election, organizers must get signatures from 10% of registered voters in the respective wards.
It's a waste of taxpayers' money.
People are angry and they're tired and they're sick of crime.
And both Allen and Nadeau were re-elected to their current position back in November of 2022. Nadeau telling DC News Now in a statement today that I will always work with and for my constituents to help Ward 1 and the district continue to grow and thrive. A recall does not change that. Meanwhile, Charles Allen responding to his recall petition by saying Ward 6 overwhelmingly elected Charles 3 times because he works to reach consensus and wins support for solutions to complex issues. And Chris, it is important to make known that no recall campaign like this has ever actually been successful in removing a DC council member or a mayor from their elected position. Live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, we'll see what happens there. Marielle, thank you. Meanwhile, all new tonight, Prince George's County investigators looking into an afternoon house fire in Temple Hills. It happened on 24th Avenue in Bristol Place. You can see here the back end of that house just all charred there. Firefighters say everyone was able to get out safely. No word yet on what caused that fire. Well, we have some big news out of Virginia tonight. The Supreme Court is choosing not to review a case concerning a Fairfax County high school's admissions policy. The lawsuit claimed Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology's new admissions process discriminates against Asian American students. In 2020, the school board scrapped a standardized test and began giving weight to low-income applicants and those still learning English. The goal was to boost diversity without taking race into account. Well, Maryland's light rail trains, they are getting an overhaul. The federal government is investing more than $200 million to replace all of its aging trains with new modern rail cars. That investment was announced by Maryland's delegation. Those rail cars have been in use since the light rail launched back in 1992.